Om. 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 Sahanavavatu, Sahanau bhunaktu, Sahaviryamkaravavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinnayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Om Shri Chinnaya Sadgurave Namaha Om Namo Narayanaya Tasmai Namaswami Tapovanaya. Hari Om. The main lesson from Srimad Bhagavad Gita is Atma Vidya. Atma Vidya, Adhyatma Vidya. Atma Vidya is what? Knowledge of our own true self. What is our true nature? Who am I? To know this is the ultimate purpose of life. To give this message is the main purpose, that is the main essential teaching of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Shri Krishna. He opens his discourse with this teaching. In a way, he's saying, know yourself and be wise, be happy. Be forever free from all causes of sorrow. So he invalidates all reasons for sorrow, not only the small chota mota reasons that causes our grief on a daily basis, the difficult situations, but the very root causes. He invalidates even the very root causes. So if we analyze what makes us sad, sorrowful is what if we can just summarize all the various reasons, they come under three main categories. Due to limitation of our existence, we may feel sorrowful. Due to limitation of our knowledge, due to limitation of our happiness. This sense of limitation is what makes us sorrowful. All our pursuits are therefore to run away from these sources of sorrow and run towards the sources of happiness. All our pursuits. It is to be, to know, and to be happy. To be what kind of existence we want? We want unlimited existence. We all want to be immortal. Unlimited existence. And what kind of knowledge all our persons should know? Not limited knowledge, but we want to be all-knowing. And when we say we want to be happy, what kind of happiness? Maximum, infinite, unlimited happiness. So these are our pursuits. And Bhagavan says, these you already are. The limitations that we feel of existence, of knowledge, and of happiness, those limitations which make us feel bound are only a notion. The feeling that I am mortal, the feeling that I am ignorant, the feeling that I am unhappy, all those are only notions. They are not true, legitimate, valid reasons. They are not legitimate problems which need us to do something about it. Since these are only, the problem is only in understanding, the solution is in knowing and not doing. We feel limited, we feel mortal, we feel ignorant, we feel unhappy because we associate ourselves with these conditionings, with these upadhis, with this body, mind, intellect equipments. But devoid of these, what is our true nature? So Bhagavan Shri Krishna is trying to enlighten us with that true knowledge. So he says, when we examine our own experience, what is our inmost experience? Do we feel constantly changing? Do we ever experience our absence? It is always the feeling of presence, existence, and its fullness and its constant changelessness that we experience. That is our innermost core experience. We feel one, we don't feel divided, even though we may have parts of the body. Throughout, there is that feeling of oneness and completeness and constancy. And it's always our experience of ourselves is presence, presence, not absence. So that is our true nature. Everything else contrary to this is not inherent in us, and therefore should be rejected, negated actually. So we should negate and detach from all that is contrary to this pure existence. So if we see all these upadhis, this body, mind, these are all constantly changing and they come and go, come and go. They are not constant. Therefore, it cannot be me. I am the substratum, the constant existence, the pure existence in which all these come and go. Bhagavan starts with this in the second chapter, Sankhya Yoga, well explained. What is well explained? Our true nature as this pure existence. Existence, consciousness, bliss. So never there was a time when you, I, or all these people were never there, or there will never be a time when we will cease to exist. And dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yauvanam yatha tata dehantra prapti. Nainam chindati shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha. Na jayate mriyate va kadachita. Veda avinashinam nityam. Dehe nityam avadhyoyam. Everything, the true nature of the self is nityam, shashvatam, imperishable. That which cannot be cleaved, cut, wet, or burnt by any weapon or by any natural elements. It is indestructible, imperishable. This gives us what? Immense relief from even any kind of fear, isn't it? This is what made even our true national leaders, when they fought for freedom struggle, they were not worried about giving up the body. They read these slokas of Bhagavad Gita and said, if I have to give up this body for my motherland, for the freedom of my people, let it be. Let it be so. These bodies come and go. I am the indestructible Atma. So whether the true realization of that as an paroksha anubhuti, as an immediate experience was there, but even this intellectual conviction and this knowledge gives so much freedom, so much strength, and relief from fear and sorrow. Makes us free of sorrow and fear. Okay. So what kind of existence is this? We say we are immortal. Okay. That is our true nature. All right. But what kind of existence is this? Is this existence an inert kind of existence or a sentient existence? Is this of darkness, ignorance, or is this of light and knowledge? To say, I am the substratum, one constant existence is there. When I was my mother's womb, born, growing, maturing, now decaying, dying, this is for all the upadhis, but I constantly feel I exist without any change, constant substratum. Okay, but is this existence inert, ignorant, or sentient and knowledge, conscious awareness? What is it? Again, in Bhagavad Gita, in the 30, even in the second chapter, it is said it's consciousness and nature of consciousness, but most beautifully said in the 13th chapter, which begins with Arjuna's questions to Sri Krishna. Bhagavan, I want to know what is Kshetra, what is Kshetrajna, what is Niyam, what is Jnanam, what is Purushaha, and what is Prakriti. He asks, Bhagavan, what are all these things? And Bhagavan explains in the 13th chapter. So he says, Idam Shariram Kauteya Kshetram Ityabhidiyate. Etad yo veti tam praptu Kshetrajnam iti tatvidaha. Okay. So he says, this Kshetra, Idam Shariram Kshetram. And one who knows the Shariram, the Kshetram, is the Kshetrajna, knower of the field. Literally, Kshetram means what? Field. And Kshetrajna means knower of the field. And when Bhagavan says, this is Kshetram, the field, this body, this Idam Shariram, Kshetram, so when he says Idam Shariram is Kshetram. What is the word Kshetram actually means? Kshetram, field. Literally means field. But when we derive it from its root, it means that which is to be protected from destruction. And also the field where one reaps whatever he sows. Right? Reaps his harvest. So in this body, we reap both the results of our good karma and bad karma, papa and punya. Just as in the field, one can reap both grains or weed. In this body, we can reap punya and papa by doing karma. And this body is perishing, therefore needs to be protected. The very word shariram means what? Shiryamanatvat, that which is constantly perishing, changing. That is sharira. So by this definition, when we analyze, observe, what is shariram? What is perishable? What is constantly perishing? It's not just this physical gross body, but also our subtle body and also our causal body. Gross body, this physical body that we have, subtle body is the mind, the senses, and everything, and the causal body, the vasanas, the likes and dislikes. All these upadhis, this kari, karna, sanghata, this body, mind, intellect, senses, this complex, all of this comes under shariram. He says sthula shariram, sukshma shariram, karna shariram. Gross, subtle, and causal body. Because see, Bhagavan says, idam shariram. Anything that can be objectified, known, perceived, seen, heard, tasted, perceived, known, experienced as this, that which can be objectified is shariram, that is kshetram. So by this definition, what are these things? Not only the outside world, Bhagavan himself explains little later in the 13th chapter, or what all comes under kshetram. Mahabhutanyahankaraha, buddhiravyaktameva cha, dashaikam cha, indriyani, dashaikam cha, and then all this, indriyani dashaikam cha, pancha chendriya gocharaha. Bhagavan starts from here. Mahabhutani, the 5 elements. Everything is made of 5 elements in this world, including our body and mind. And ahankaraha, this ego that arrogates, that the false identity that we have, that is also kshetram, that is also a field of knowledge, that is also experienced. What are the things that we come to experience, that we come to know? What are all the things that come under the category of known? Do we not know our body, the conditions of our body? Yes, I am aware and I know the conditions of my body. I'm healthy. I am not well. I am a male, female, the height, weight, physiological conditions, everything I am aware. What else do I know? I know the conditions of my senses. I am blind, I'm not blind, I'm deaf, I can hear, whatever. Of my organs of actions. Yes, I know. I'm aware. The thoughts, yes, I know. What are all the various thoughts? What are all the various emotions? The knowledge and ignorance of various things that also are known as thoughts. So all these various conditions of my physical gross body, Sthula Shariram, of my Sukshma Shariram, that is the conditions of my senses, mind, intellect, and even I know my likes and dislikes, the causal body. All these are objects of experience. All these are known as this, objectified. Therefore, all these are Shariram. Kshiramanyatvat. All these are constantly changing and perishing. And these are all kshetra. Kshetram, fields of experience, that which is known and comes under the category of kshetra. Known, experienced. Okay. Now, what is left out after I try to analyze and do the discriminations? Kshetra, kshetragnya vibhaga yoga. The yoga of the knowledge of discriminating, differentiating the knower from the known. When all these things are classified, come under the category as known, what is left as the knower? What is left when we sit and internalize this and negate whatever is known? What is left is the pure enlivening awareness, consciousness. Right? Yetat yo veti tam prahuhu. All these conditionings and all these kshetra, whoever knows, that knower is the kshetragnya. Kshetragnya. So this kind of negation, this kind of knowledge assimilation and reflection has to happen to know our true self. Because all the limitations we feel of being ignorant, of being limited and not capable, all this is because of our association with this body, mind, intellect. But Bhagavan says these are kshetra and you know the conditions of this. So the knower has to be different from the known. Even when our day-to-day life, when we analyze, can the seen and the seer be one and the same? Can the known and the knower be one and the same? No. This phone, this object has to be different for me to be able to see it. If it is the same, one cannot see. So eyes are the seer, the objects, the sight, the forms and the colors are the seen. The seer is different from the seen. And the seen are so many forms, so many colors. The seen objects are many and varied. And because they are objects and seen, they are inert, many varied, constantly changing objects. But the seer has to be one constant and different from the seen. You can see, I see myself, I see my hand, I see my body. with my eyes. So even this comes under what? Seeing. So this is the Drishya Viveka or Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga, the known and the knower, the seen and the seer. So when we say, am I the seen or am I the seer? And what is the nature of the seer? The seer cannot be the seen. The known cannot be the knower. The knower has to be different. And the knower is one. Because, see, I see so many things. If there is a different eye which sees the green color and a different eye which sees the yellow color, a different eye which sees this object and a different eye which sees this object, can that ever work? For it to be a homogeneous experience, there can be only one seer, one perceiver, one knower. Whereas the objects, the fields of experience are many, many, many and varied and constantly changing. And therefore inert. Yes. Let us step back one step, subtler and deeper. Through my eyes, I see many forms and colors. And so I know that is the object, and the eyes, the faculty of sight, is the seer. But my thoughts, my mind knows the conditions of my eyes also. Without the mind, the eyes cannot even see, as in deep sleep. In deep sleep, cannot see because the eyes are folded into the mind and the mind is also folded. Mind is not functioning. So therefore, the true enlivener, the true seer is the mind. If the mind is not there, eyes also cannot see. So the mind is the seer and the faculty of eye is seen. The different varying conditions of the eyes, of the faculty. I can see very well. I cannot see very well. I have whatever that is, blurred vision, dull vision, short sight, far sight, whatever it is. Cataract, all these various conditions of the faculty of sight keep varying and is known to the mind, which is one and constant. Again, if you step subtler, the mind has various thoughts. The mind is beyond the faculty of sight, but that also is many. And that also is known. The thoughts are also known to me. I'm seeing this through my eyes, enlivened by the mind, but the mind, as it sees whatever it feels, whatever it thinks about the sight, about the seen objects, that is known to me with my intellect. All this mind and intellect and the various conditions of the mind and intellect is known to me, the enlivener. So every time as we step deeper and deeper and subtler and try to do this Drishya Viveka, this Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga, this knowledge of discriminating the field from the knower of the field, what we see is this eyes or this mind may have some relative awareness, some temporary relative awareness, but they are not truly enlivened. Just like if you take the example of a pot kept on the stove. Fire is lit, pot is there, there is water in the pot, and there is potato also in the pot. We want to cook the potato. We take a pot, we fill it with water, we put the potato in the pot of water, we put it on the stove and light up the fire. Now, the potato is jumping. If it is ordinarily kept on the table, it will not jump. But put in the hot boiling water in the pot, the potato jumps. The inert potato is now full of action. And it is hot now. Initially, it was cold. But where does this heat come from? It came from the water, the boiling water. But did the heat belong to the water? No. Where did it get from? From the pot. But did the heat belong to the pot? No. Where did it come from? From the fire. And where did the fire get its heat from? No, it is fire. It's heat. It is of the nature of heat. It is the nature of fire to be hot. And it lends its heat to this pot, water, and potato. So my true nature is consciousness and pure awareness, which is constant, which does not keep changing from time to time between what I see here. It's not a different consciousness that is the hearer, a different consciousness that is the perceiver, seer, a different taster, a different toucher. There is just one pure awareness consciousness, I, the big I, the real self, which is the perceiver, feeler, toucher, taster, seer, hearer, everything. All this seer, hearer are all when I say I see, I hear, I taste, I smell. Say I. That is all small I, the seer I, the hearer I. These are all small I, small I. We say no small I, capital I. That is all relative with respect to these upadhis. The true nature, like that fire example, my true nature is consciousness, awareness. I don't ever feel dead or of ignorance. I feel only awareness. Even in dream, I'm full of awareness. Even in sleep, I'm full of awareness. Only that the identity is not there to know it. It is all swooned into the real self. So I'm just not expressing it at that time. So pure awareness, that is constant, that is the true seer. So this way, when one discriminates, one arrives at one's own true nature and all that is opposed to it as inert, one is able to negate. These objects, I'm very clear. These objects are many, they are inert, they are seeing, okay. But that has to be applied to our upadhis also, to our conditionings also. The conditions of the body are known. Faculties of the conditions of the faculties of my senses are known, of my mind is known. And there is one constant I awareness which knows all these things. It's not a different seer, hearer, perceiver, thinker, feeler. That pure awareness is me. And that awareness lends its consciousness to the mind and through the mind to these senses, and which enlivens this inert body as though it is what? It is a living entity. This body gets its chetana, it's borrowed. But my own true nature is of pure awareness. And it is not that the awareness of me is different from the awareness of you or of an ant or of an elephant. It is not that ant has minute awareness and elephant has big awareness, and you have some different awareness and I have some different awareness. Deprived of or free of all these known objects, all these conditionings, the awareness itself, the pure awareness itself, when we take, It is what? It is just one and constant and same. There is this beautiful Ekashloki, which is so apt now. In one verse, in one sloka, Bhagavan Sri Shankaracharya does this Vibhaga Yoga, Drishya Viveka. It is like a conversation between the Guru and the Shishya. The Guru asks the Shishya, Kim Jyotis Tava? What is your light? And the Shishya explains, Bhanuma Ahanime Ratro Pratipadikam. In day, it is the Bhanu, sun, and in night, it is all these Prativa, these lights that we light up. Syadevam Raviri Deepadarshna Vidau Kim Jyotirakhyaime. The Guru asks, okay, let it be, but for you to see the light in which you see everything, whether it is the sunlight or the light of the lamp, what is your light? What is your inner light which allows you to see this light? Chakshuhu. The Shishya says, eyes. Guru asks, Nimilanadi samaye kim? When the eyes are closed, you still see, isn't it? Like in our dream, like in even daydream, like even during the class, we see many other things also. So what is that? Which is beyond the eyes, which enlivens the eyes, which sees even without the eyes, there is light, there is sunlight, and the light of the lamp, even in the dream, right? So what is that? Even a blind person imagines is able to see. So what is that? The Guru asks and the Shishya says, Dhihi, Dhihi, my intellect. That is the light, which lights up, which enlivens even these eyes. The light of my thoughts. Okay. Dhiyo darshane kim. Your dhi, that is also known. Who sees that? Ahamevaspo. I am that light which knows my thoughts. The Shishya says finally. Bhavan Paramakam Jyotihi. The Guru says, you are the Param Jyotihi. Jyotisham Apitat Jyotihi. You are the Kshetrajna. You are the enlivener. You are the Purushaha. When the Guru says that, there is immediate recognition, there is immediate ownership of one's true nature. Tadeva ahamasmi. Like that shloka goes. And this is what we need to do, internalize and reflect and see, am I the inert object? This body, this shariram, which is changing, which is inert, which is known, the senses, this mind, this intellect, or am I the enlivener? What is the true nature of the enlivener? That seems constant. That is pure awareness. It is indivisible. It is homogeneous. And not just in me, but in all beings, that awareness exists. And that is the same constant in all. Which the very next sloka, Shri Krishna says, what? Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. And he calls Arjuna at that time as Bharata, one who revels in light of knowledge. I am the Kshetrajna in all Kshetra, in all the various upadhis, in all the various bodies. I am the enlivener. I am the pure awareness. So that becomes the Mahavakya Tattvamasi. Because my experience is what? I am the sentient awareness, because that is my experience. I never feel, I feel ignorant with respect to the upadhis. But my experience is always of what? I know the objects, I know the conditions of all these thoughts and mind and everything. What I know and don't know, also I know. I know my ignorance also. I know the darkness. I know the light. I know the knowledge. I know my thoughts. It is knowing. That is my nature. Knowledge, awareness. And that is my nature. That is one. That is a subject. That is the innermost experience. And Bhagavan, so when that is there, and Bhagavan says, that is you, the Kshetrajna, and I am the Kshetrajna in all objects, in all, in all beings, in all the Kshetras. That is essentially Tattvamasi Mahavakya. I am the indweller, the real consciousness, the one and the same in all beings. So Arjuna starts asking what is Kshetra, what is Kshetrajna, what is Nyayam, what is Jnanam. And this Kshetrajnam is to be known, Bhagavan says. The Jnanam are all the good qualities one should have to have this vision, to gain this vision, that purity of mind is what one should have to just know. And he says, Samanatva, Madambitvam, all that comes in the 13th chapter. And to the question of what is Prakriti and what is Purusha, it's the same. The Kshetram is Prakriti, nature. With respect to the individual, we say Upadhis, body, mind, intellect. We say gross body, subtle body, causal body. And then there is this enlivener, pure awareness, Atma. When we take the totality, the samashti, what do we say? We call all these fields of experience as Prakriti, Maya, nature, made up of these 5 elements, made up of these trigunas. And that is inert. And who is the enlivener? The Kshetrajna is Ishvara, the wielder of this Prakriti. And that Ishvara says, I am the indwelling consciousness in all and I am one and the same. So that means what? When I let go of my upadhis and when I negate all these things that are perishing, then there is just one pure awareness and nothing else. There is no bigger consciousness of Ishvara and a smaller consciousness that is me, which is a part of the Ishvara. No, there is just one without a second. One without a second. This example, this very well demonstrates this. And our Bhagavan Taponji Maharaj, he quotes this example saying it has helped him very, very much personally. And it is taken from Viveka Chudamani, where he says there is one sun which is reflected in many buckets of water. The buckets of water, the buckets may be of different types, colors, whatever conditions. One may be little big, small. And the water in each of these buckets also may be different. One may be muddy, one may be clear, one may be all restless and wavy. And the reflections, therefore, that appear also may seem quite different in each of those buckets of water. But which is the true source, which is the sun? Take your mind from these upadhis, this bucket, which is the gross body, the water, which is the subtle body, the mind in which the consciousness is reflected, and the reflection itself, which is the individual Jivatma, the ego, the reflected consciousness. So when this is removed, what remains is the pure consciousness, the sun. So whether it is the sunlight that is reflected in a vast, big bucket of water, ocean, or in a small cup of water, essentially, Essentially, it is what? The one sun, the one awareness. So take your mind from these upadhis, which seem to cause these differentiations, which create this notion of multiplicity, of differences, and of divisions. When that is negated, when we detach ourselves from this upadhis and just be, what is the nature of just being? What is the nature of the pure existence? The pure existence is also full of Chaitanya Swarupa, Jnana Swarupa. It is pure consciousness. It is that pure consciousness which is appearing as all these various little or big different beings. Pipilikadi Brahma Paryantam. From Brahmaji to a small Pipilika ant, that consciousness is one and the same. Thus roar our Upanishads, Brahma Vidya, Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan himself, Kshetrajnam Chapi Mam Vitti. Sarva Kshetreshu Bharat. And this is to be known. This is Atma Vidya, the Kshetra Kshetrajna, Yor Jnanam, Yetad Jnanam, Matamama. This is alone knowledge. All the other knowledge that we have of what is happening in the world of this or that, that is not at all knowledge. The knowledge of the true nature of myself, the Kshetrajna, as different from all this Kshetra, and as the one and the same in all beings, as one without a second, that is knowledge. So later on when Bhagavan says, Sarvata Panipadam Tate Sarvata Shushiro Mukham, he says the consciousness is without hands and legs, and at the same time it has many hands, many legs, many heads. How is that possible? Electricity in itself has no fan, heater, has no wings, nothing. But when it is plugged to the equipment, then it expresses as heat, it expresses as cool air, or it expresses as the power to grind, or the power to make sound, or the power to see something, display something on a TV screen. So electricity is without these things, but at the same time, it has many fans, it has many bulbs, it has many TV screens, it has many grinders, we can say. Similarly, with respect to the upadhis, it seems as many. So when we see Ishvara, we see Ishvara as the Lord of many hands, eyes, legs, and so on. But without these upadhis, without these upadhis, when we negate all these things, what is there? Is that without all these multiplicities, no hands, no legs, no heads, nothing, just pure awareness. And that is my true nature too. That is to be understood. That is to be realized. Okay. The lessons are becoming very deep and profound now. And it is to be well reflected and assimilated. This is the essence. This is the final thing. All the other lessons on sadhana, on bhakti, on karma yoga. Yes, all the lessons are given in Bhagavad Gita as preparatory methods for the purity of mind. And the mind becomes so pure and calm. And when there is this knowledge also so clear without any doubts, after all the mananam and assimilation, nothing is to be done. Right? What is known is revealed. So we continue on Monday. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om